Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Leah Ray, and you're tuned into Leah Ray's Way. So today I'm going to be doing a little what's in my bag, and then I'll actually be switching out bags. So let's get into it. First of all, let me say this so I could tell you how this all came about. Adrian and I just recently got back from Atlanta. No, I did not vlog anything in Atlanta. I have vlogged when I was with Adrian, for instance, like when we went to Columbus, Georgia, when we went to DC. So if you haven't saw those vlogs, make sure you go check those out. But a lot of the times when we're just doing things that are like around the way, I really won't vlog them. And although Atlanta's like 4 hours away, that's still around the way for us. It's been a few times that I've gone to Atlanta and it was a day trip. Like go there, spend all day there, and then turn around and come back. So 4 hours away is pretty close when you're a Southerner. But we did have fun. We had a great time. The mother-in-law came in town and watched the kiddos. So we have to take advantage of things like that. You know, it was a time where we didn't even want to ask anybody to watch the kids. And not that we have like a plethora of people, because there's only but a few, including mother-in-law, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it for your relationship. Everything can't always be about the kids. And we were in a relationship for years and years and years prior to these kids coming along. So we have to make sure that we are, you know, taking care of that relationship. But anyway, so I was in this bag, or I've been in this bag. This is a DKNY bag. And I really love the puffer bag, excuse me. It just doesn't have a lot of support. And I feel like things get lost in there, and it's tall and narrow, so a purse organizer would not work in there. So let's go ahead and take everything out, and I'm gonna tell you about this trip to Atlanta. We almost weren't able to go because of the snowstorm that came through here. The snowstorm was crazy. And hey Merk, hi, you must have heard me, because they said you've been hiding the whole time. Come here, Merk. Oh, they said you was hiding the whole time, Merk. You didn't want to come out and play. You didn't want to come out and play with them. But I'm home. We're home. Yes, Merk. Oh, look at the Merky. Say hi, Merk. Look. Oh, you're just a pretty kitty. You're just a pretty kitty. Oh. They kept saying that she wouldn't come out and talk to them, because it was my mother-in-law, it was, and two of my nieces. Yeah. On Adrian's side. They said Merk was in hiding the whole time. Like, who are you? I don't know who you are. Why are you here? Yeah, so we almost didn't make it, okay? By now, hopefully you've seen my vlog of the snowstorm, the record-breaking snowstorm that came through here. Yo, it's so many crazy things going on. We got fires in California, and then we got snowstorms in Alabama. Okay, like I said, record-breaking. Never seen snow like this, ever. In this area. You understand what I'm saying? I felt like I was in New Jersey. Mother-in-law came into town, and we got out to Atlanta Friday night, Friday evening. The first stop was Cuts. So I took out this, I've been using my, what's it called, planner wallet. It's been working out amazing for me, and I don't see myself going back to a regular wallet for a long time. I had some tissue, I had my charging, like my charging bank, and then I had, this had some holes in them, but I took them all out and put them in this other thing. So we went to this restaurant called Cuts, and I got some lamb. What did I get? It was called the, my hair is itching my ear, y'all. It was a lamb shank, and then Adrian got the rack of ribs. I knew I should have went with the rack of ribs. The lamb shank wasn't really my cup of tea. It tastes good, but it tastes like almost like roast beef meat, if that makes sense. But it wasn't seasoned up like roast beef. And seems like they were trying to rely too heavily on the other things that were on the plate, like the mashed potatoes and the tomatoes and the onions. And in my opinion, they don't really bring a whole lot of flavor. But it was falling off the bone, I will say that. I have a keychain stack. This is just for my AirPods. And then this is what I keep my memory cards in. After we went to Cuts, we hit the town for a little bit. Remember, this is what I put my cough drops in. I always have to have cough drops. It's happening right now because it is post-nasal. And then I got some nail glue just in case, you feel me? And then some lip gloss. I got 2 lip glosses, a pen that I carry. This is the cutest pen. It's like a little guy. Some hand lotion. Thing I kept my eyeglasses in with the little cloth to clean them. And then this compact mirror that Crystal gave me. It lights up. It's dead though. I don't be feeling like, oh, there it goes. It's not dead. Dope, dope, dope. But anyway, after we did Cuts, we went to this spot called, what is it called? The Red Door? I said the Red Door. The Red Phone Booth. It's a speakeasy, so you have to get the telephone number, and the telephone number is always changing. So you just have to like word of mouth because it's not posted anywhere. So we asked the lady at the front desk at our hotel. We were staying at the Hampton Inn. She didn't have it. We had to go over to the West End and speak with a concierge or somebody over there. Stop, Merc. And they gave us the phone number, so we were able to call when we got there, because that's the only way you can get in. You have to call and they have to let you in. If you don't have the phone number, you can't get in. That's it, because the door is locked. Yeah, so that was very interesting. You walk in, it's a vibe, and it's like you're in the basement. It's like a prohibition vibe in there, and everything is kind of themed around that, because you know the history with speakeasies and all that. If not, just go ahead and look up speakeasies, look up prohibition, look up all that stuff. You can order food and all this kind of stuff. So it was a nice vibe. We did that, and then we went back to the hotel. So that was day one. Now day two, which was Saturday, we decided to hit like the Midtown area, and we went to Lenox Square. We ate at this bomb deli that was down there. Then we hit some of the little boutiques and stuff like that. And I saw this ring in there, y'all. I didn't even take a picture or nothing, because some of the places be like, you can't take no pictures. Don't take a picture of my stuff. It was this ring, and it was like $95. I couldn't pull the trigger on it, but it was like one of the most unique rings I have ever seen in my life. But I'm not of boutique culture, so I don't even know if I'm paying a lot for something. So y'all know I be like with my coins, so I couldn't do it. I could not pull the trigger. I mean, if it was like $40, I would have got it, but it was $95. It was basically $100. I don't even know. I didn't even care to ask any more questions. I just walked out. But after we did a little bit of, you know, the shopping out and about, we went to Lenox Mall, or Lenox Square Mall, I don't know what it is. And that's how I wound up with the new bag. So I've been wanting a Marc Jacobs tote for the longest. I said that the next bag that I was going to buy was going to be a Marc Jacobs tote, and I just wanted a black one. And I almost cheated myself, because I was in TJ Maxx and I was like, dang, I really need this black tote, and I almost got something that was just, I don't even remember the brand. But I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. So I put the bag back, and I was like, I'm gonna get the tote. I'm gonna get the tote. Now I planned on ordering it, but in Lenox Mall or whatever, they have a Marc Jacobs. I had never been in a Marc Jacobs. I can't remember the last time I was in a Coach, but I think I've been in a Coach before. They had Balenciaga. I had never been in a Balenciaga. I was going in the store. So I went in Marc Jacobs, and of course they had the bag. Very nice service in there. So as you can see, comes with the little Marc Jacobs paper. And then I just got the standard tote. This is just the leather medium sized tote. And here it is, here it is. Very, very nice. Feels of quality. Yeah, so we hung up for a while, then we came back to the hotel to prepare to go to the Atlanta Hawks game. And then before we went to the game, we went to this spot to eat. I can't think of what it was called. And then we went to the Hawks game. And y'all, I'm telling you, the celebs was out, okay? This was like winner chicken dinner, because I saw a few celebrities there. Number one, I don't know if you know who Rotimi is, but I know who Rotimi is. He was a part of the pregame show. We also saw 2 Chainz.
Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account.
Okay, 2 Chainz was there. And then Lil Boosie was also there.
He's trying to cuff me like a Puerto Rico. Moving through this like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he loved me, but before, not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do?
So that was like a treat. And then Adrian saw some producer guy. We were sitting in a really good spot. We were literally above where all the celebrities were going in and out of. That was entertaining. That was probably the most entertaining part to me. Let me get this bag down. What's this for? Somebody tell me, what is this? What is this for? I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a great everyday tote. Very nice, very excited. But before I go, I want to tell you this little story that happened when we was in Atlanta, right? So we were at that place, I told you, the red telephone booth. We get in there and there's barely nobody in there at the time that we went. We sit down, we're not at the tables, we go in the back and there's couches, a pool table, and all of that kind of, you know, that kind of stuff, that kind of vibe. We're sitting there chilling. Mind you, Adrian and I are sitting on like a couch. It's like a love seat or something. And then there's like a full couch to our right. And then the coffee table is right there. So this couple comes comes over and he's like, do you mind if we sit here? Is anybody sitting here? And I was like, no, nobody's sitting there, no problem, right? So they come and they sit down and they ask us like, did you guys eat? And we were like, no, because we had went to Cuts before. And then the guy was like, you gotta try the such and such ravioli, it's so good. I was like, dang, now I almost wish we didn't eat, or that we had like a little bit of room for some more food, because ravioli sounds really good. Like, I love Italian food, right? They were just talking about that. So I remember kind of looking over and seeing like what they had going on. And they seemed like they were a couple and they were doing date night or whatever. We're chilling, nothing's happening, we're not even talking to them anymore. And then the guy that's like, I don't know, the bouncer or whatever, like from the front comes to the back where we are, and he approaches this couple and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know that this couch is reserved. He was like, oh, okay, it's not a problem or whatever. And he was like, what time is the reservation for? And then the guy was like, 8:15. And then the guy looked at his watch and he was like, oh, okay, well, I wish somebody would have told me before I gave up my reserved table. He was like, but we'll move, it's fine. I was just like, oh, okay, I guess somebody's gonna be coming to sit here, right? So they get up and they leave, right? And then our server, she comes back over to us and she was like, I didn't want them sitting over here because that's not right. And I didn't know what she was talking about. So I was like, oh, okay. And I think Adrian kind of picked up on it before that. That's when he put two and two together. It was like she got the dude from the front to come over here and run them out. And the whole thing about the reservation, that's the cap. She just didn't want them sitting over here. I was like, you think so? He's like, yes, right? Our server comes back. She was like, I'm gonna tell you about that later. She was waiting for some people like bosses and stuff to move to like somewhere else, so I guess so she could tell the story. Now, mind you, I was not expecting a lot of information. The boss had been back in the back several times where we were, and we're just assuming that he was the boss because he knew a lot of the customers. He was sitting back there working on a computer, all this kind of stuff. Mind you, this is a very exclusive type club. There are members and there are non-members. Adrian and I were non-members, but the members seem like they pay a pretty penny to be a part of this club because of the things that we read, like I read in the little booklet or whatever. I think it was like personal something, and then it was corporate level. The corporate level was talking about, it's, you know, after you pay for your corporate membership or whatever, you get this many people that's included, and then each additional person you get a $300 discount. I was like, $300 is the discount? But mind you, the membership is good for a year, and it's like all these perks and stuff like that. The people that were coming in that I was seeing, not talking about this couple that was sitting next to us, like, first of all, they knew the owner. They were very, I guess, particular about certain things. You know, I had never been nowhere like that. It was very interesting to see. But anyway, the boss had moved and he went somewhere, I don't know. So the server comes and sits, remember, we were sitting on the love seat, and then the couch was right here. So the server comes, she sits right here. She was like, okay, I'm about to tell you what happened. So I lean in because I'm like, what's tea? You know, what's tea? So basically, y'all, this dude was lying the entire time. He's like a habitual liar, the dude. Last week, he was in there with his wife. So, like, what's the minimum you tip, right? Because this ain't like rinky-dink service in here. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're very attentive, you know, it's a vibe, everything like that. So what's the minimum you tip if you get good service? Leave it in the comment section below. On a $400 tab, he tipped her $15. Bothered her was that he was bragging about how good the service was. Everything that he asked, she did. You know, remake the drink, do this, do that. I mean, basically had her running around. Remember how I said that when the guy came over, he told him that the chair was reserved, and dude was like, then I wouldn't have gave up my reserved table. He never had a reserved table because he's not a member. Only members can reserve anything. I was like, wow, this dude is really trying to put on for this girl, you know what I'm saying? But let's go back to the $400 tab and the $15. Diabolical. Our tab was $122. We tipped over $30. So how is it that our tab is $120 something? Your tab is $400. You tip 15, but we tip 30. The math ain't mathin', bro. First of all, you run up a $400 tab, put a bill on the table. That's the tip. Period. So that was the tea. That was a good story. I was so excited. It was the highlight of my night. And Y'all, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you real talk what it is. I got one homegirl here. We get together when we can get together, but just having that type of interaction with another woman, getting the tea, again, you know, I crave it. Like in the face-to-face environment, it just is what it is, you know. I used to try to be tough about it and be like, I'm good, you know, because, you know, y'all know I got my friends, but I ain't never met them in real life. It's just the truth, you know. I mean, I'm grateful for social media. I'm grateful for YouTube. And this is the world we're living in. This is 2025. But I really do crave that face-to-face interaction, that able to actually be around people physically and spend time with them. And if we do nothing but sit on the couch and scroll on our phones or watch YouTube videos and barely talk, like, I crave for that. I don't know if I ever have that, but those type of situations really put me on a high because, like, I really want that. So anyway, it is what it is. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this video. Just a little chit chat and a little showcase of my new bag. I'm in the tote bag club. And until next time, people, peace.